Hello everyone and welcome back to EV.com. Before we get started, don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe for more EV content. So today we're here to take a look at the new, updated, refreshed 2025 versions of the Xpeng G6 and Xpeng G9. So I've just been in this store behind me in downtown Shanghai, and I think you guys are going to be very impressed by some of the updates Xpeng has made to their G6 and to their G9. The G6, of course, is a Cooper SUV. It's actually one of my favorite EVs, and the G9 is a mid-size SUV. So these two new upgraded models come with lower pricing, faster charging, and upgraded tech. So let's get into it. So let's start with the main one, and I think the most important one for most people, which is the price. So these models were launched last night, so that's the 13th of March here in China. So they're only available in China right now. But people were surprised because the G6 was launched almost 12% cheaper than its previous version. And we have to remember, it's an improved version and it's somehow 12% cheaper. The G9 was almost 6% cheaper as well. And if you consider these cars are actually improvements on their older version and they're somehow cheaper, that is pretty incredible. So we're off to a good start. So the biggest upgrade in these two perhaps comes in the battery department. Both models now come standard with 5C charging. So that's a slight upgrade from the 3C we had in their previous version. So Xpeng were never particularly slow in the charging department. They had 800-volt architecture. They had charging from 10 to 80% in something like 20 minutes in their previous versions. But now you can charge one of these new G6s or G9s from 10 to 80% in 12 minutes. It's pretty incredible. And they are pretty durable. So even in temperatures of up to minus 30 degrees C, they will still be able to charge from 10 to 80% in a little over 15 minutes. So if you live in a cold place, don't worry, you still have almost as fast charging with these two new models. These new batteries bring improved consumption. So now we have up to 12.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is great. So let's talk specific G6 updates. So one of my favorite EVs has now got even better. The G6 sold almost 55,000 units last year, which is almost 30% of Xpeng's total sales. So it's an important car in their lineup. The G6 stays true to its original look, although it's a little bit longer now at 4,758 millimeters. So we have some added space inside, especially in the second row. The trunk has also been increased slightly inside from 571 liters to 647 liters. So that's actually not a small increase in boot size. So even more practical now. In terms of the exterior aesthetic, we now have a small spoiler at the back, which I think looks really great. Before, the back was kind of round, it kind of looked a bit blobby, to be honest. So this kind of spoiler breaks up the back end. At the front, we now have a full-length LED daytime running light, whereas before it was split into two with the logo in the middle. So this kind of aligns with some of their newer models and the newer design language for Xpeng. Both models also have blue lights added to their wing mirrors. So when these blue lights are flashing, it lets you know that the car is in autonomous drive mode. Okay, so inside we have some small changes once again. We have a 15.6-inch central display now, which is a slight size upgrade from the previous model. And we have a digital rear view mirror, so a 9-inch digital display to replace the physical rear view mirror. So Xpeng have clearly been listening to their consumers, been listening to customers, and I, for one, was one of the people to complain about this rear view mirror. That rear view mirror, throw it in the bin, completely useless. So the fact that they brought in this digital rear view mirror and still managed to decrease the price is quite incredible. So this is a great addition. The front seats also come with a massaging function if that is something which you care about. In terms of performance, more or less the same. We have a 6.4 second 0 to 100 kilometers an hour and a CLTC range of up to 725 kilometers. Let's talk very quickly about the G9, and the G9 is more or less exactly the same as the old version in terms of dimensions. Power options still come with rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive for a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour time of 4.2 seconds, so still can go pretty fast. The big update for the G9 is that it comes with dual chamber air suspension as standard, so all trims of this car will have this. And we have to remember, this Xpeng did decrease the price, but they increase what you get as standard. That's very impressive. In terms of smart tech and autonomous driving, the LiDAR has been removed from both of these, and instead Xpeng is going to focus more on the vision-based system, just like with its P7 Plus. But you still get Xpeng's Turing AI driving tech for free as standard, and the new G6 and G9 have been upgraded in terms of their chipset. So they are now powered by 2 NVIDIA Orin chips with 508 TOPs of computing power. So their system has been upgraded and been future-proofed for years to come, and with the increase in autonomous driving capabilities. These two models combined contributed to over 40% of Xpeng sales last year. Will these new updates help them sell even more? So what do you think of the new upgrades to the G6 and G9? So we had cheaper price, we had faster charging, and we had higher tech. Let us know what you think about these updates in the comments. Be sure to give us a like and a subscribe. I'll see you next time.